Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hello. We welcome you to our secondary debate for second hour speech class. Let's go ahead and give a round of applause to all of our debaters today. Yay. We'd like to go ahead and welcome our first speaker, Isaiah, to the microphone as the Prime Minister. And we'd like to remind him and the timekeeper that his speech should not exceed more than 3 minutes in length, okay? No more than 3 minutes in length. The microphone should be on and ready for you. You can hold your paper if you need to. That's fine. Okay, and is the mic at a good height for you? You feel good about it? Yes? You want to? Okay, all right. Okay, whenever. Oh, Mr. Timekeeper, are you ready? Mm-hmm. Yes. All right, Mr. Speaker, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and begin.
Hello, my name's Josiah. I'd like to thank my partner and the opposition. Also like to thank the judges, timekeeper, and audience. The topic for today is whether we should do service hours. I mean, if students at St. Paul should do service hours as a requirement. The first point we have is that students at St. Paul are helping other people out. So while they're doing the service hours, they're helping other people as well as the faculty and staff, so that they don't have to do as much hard work. The second point is it could help build character within the students, and they're also serving God. When you're doing the work, sometimes you can feel like some kind of inside you would feel good about yourself, and also it could help you to be able to serve others in the future. The third point is you won't have to pay money. You may know that if students at St. Paul don't do service hours, they have to pay a $20 fee. And if you do the service hours, then you don't have to pay that fee. So to recap, it is helping people out. It is, so it could help build character, and it serves God. And for the third point, you don't have to pay money for a $20 fee. I'd like to thank my partner, Dobby, and the opposition, and vote for the government.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's give a round of applause. And time, please, timekeeper.
2:24.
Wonderful, thank you. 2:24. Thank you so much. Mr. Timekeeper, will you please put 1 minute on the clock for Tom to create his arguments? Thank you very much.
Seconds. And stop.
All righty, thank you so much, Mr. Timekeeper. All right, let's give a round of applause to Tom as the first speaker for the opposition. We'd like to remind Mr. Speaker and Mr. Timekeeper that, again, this speech should not exceed more than 3 minutes in time. Mr. Timekeeper, are you ready? Mm-hmm. Okay, Mr. Speaker, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and begin.
Hello, I'm Thomas Lyons. I'm a leader of the opposition. I'd like to start by thanking my partner and the government I'd also like to thank the audience, timekeeper, and judges. The subject today is if we should do service hours at school. The government stated 3 points. The first one, it helps others. The second one, it can help build character and serves God. And the third one, you won't have to pay money, which is the $20 fee for every hour you don't do. The opposition points that we have discovered are, for the first one, it helps others. You can help others in many other ways than service hours that you're being forced to do. And it tends to, when you're not being forced to do something, you can feel more comfortable about doing it, or do something that you would prefer to do, or even just go out, help rake leaves, or clean trash, or help with the youth group in many other ways. It helps build character and serves God. I don't know how help cleaning somebody's classroom can build character, but you can serve God in many other ways, as we do go to a Lutheran school, and it's definitely smiled upon to help serve God by going to church and helping any others that may be in trouble. And the third one is $20 isn't that much money, but if service hours were removed, we probably wouldn't have to pay the $20 service fee anyways, because that would be weird to expect money out of you for something you're not expected to do. So once again, our points is you can help others in many other ways than service hours. Our second point is there are many other ways to serve God. And our third point is $20 isn't that much money. I would like to thank everybody again, my partner, the government. I would like to thank the audience, the timekeeper, and the judges, and vote for the opposition.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. And time, please, timekeeper.
2:01.
2:01. All right, thank you. Dob, we're coming to you next. Remember, fight whatever Tom says, all right? Put 1 minute on the clock, please, Mr. Timekeeper, if you would. Thank you.
30 seconds. $15. And time.
All right, thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Dob with a big round of applause as the second speaker for the government. We'd like to remind Mr. Speaker and Mr. Timekeeper that, again, the speech should not exceed just 3 minutes. Mr. Timekeeper, are you ready?
Oh, yes.
Okay, okay, good. And yes, if you want to, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Okay,
There you go.
that's fine, thank you. All right, whenever you're ready, Mr. Speaker, you can go ahead and begin.
Hello, I'm Dobby. I want to thank my partner Josiah, opposition team, timekeeper, judges, and government. The theme of today is shouldn't do service hours on campus. The opposition team say the help others in other ways. And you can help in other ways, but other people cannot do some really like the hard stuff. Like he said, for example, to clean classroom or something like that. But if you need to move some weight and stuff, you have to like sacrifice yourself to do it. The second point is you can do it in other ways. So pretty much kind of same. So you're not gonna be paid for everything in your life if you do like your work. So third one, they say it's not that much money, but if you really care about your money, you can save it for some other stuff. time in the life, you're not gonna be paid for everything. So I wanna research everything. The first point they say, help others in all ways. So you have to certify yourself to do maybe some more work than just cleaning a classroom or outside. The second one, you can do it other ways. You're not gonna be paid for everything in your life. Third one, it's not that much money, so you can save money for something else in the future and pay for something else. So I like to thank my partner Josiah, opposition team, timekeeper, judges, and government, and vote for government. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. And time, please, timekeeper.
2:20.
2:20. All right, thank you very much. Will you please put 1 minute on the clock for Josiah to get ready to battle Dobbs' comments? Thank you very much, timekeeper. Vera, I see you eating on camera. Not during class, please. Thank you. I have evidence.
30 seconds.
Then I would excuse it because you at least caught yourself.
Okay,
So,
just wondering.
yeah, if you accidentally say one and then you go, I mean this, then I would say they at least knew that what they said was inappropriate and then they fixed it, which is good. That's the point.
Time.
All right, thank you, Mr. Timekeeper. All right, let's go ahead and give a round of applause for Josiah, please, and welcome him as the second speaker for the opposition. We'd like to remind both Mr. Timekeeper and Mr. Speaker that this speech should not exceed just 3 minutes in length. All right, Mr. Timekeeper, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Mr. Speaker, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead.
Hello guys, my name is Josiah Kunkel. I'd first like to thank my partner, the opposing team, the government, the audience, timekeeper, and judges. Thank you guys for showing up. And today we are discussing whether or not we should do service hours as a requirement. And us, the opposition, are against doing service hours. Dobbs' first point in supporting service hours, he said, you can help in other ways, but the hard stuff needs to be done. And what we say to that is, yes, there is difficult things that need to be done, but since we're all friendly here, you know, if you ask somebody here, if you ask a student here to do something, they most likely will do it. And their second point was kind of the same as our second point, so there's not all that much to argue other than the fact that it's the same point almost. He said you can do it in other ways, but you won't be paid for everything you do. And our third point, or Dobbs' third point, sorry, was if you really care about money, you should just do it and then not have to pay. What we say to that is you won't get charged if they're removed from the school's syllabus. So, I mean, yeah, that's that really. So to review everything, as to what we said is, our first point was, although there's hard work to be done, you can simply ask a student and they will most likely do it. Our second point has been repeated, and so our third point is you won't get charged if they're removed from the school syllabus. And once again, I'd like to thank my partner, the government, the opposing team, the audience, timekeeper, and judges, and please vote for opposition.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause, please. And time, please, timekeeper.
2:09.
2:09. Thank you very much. All right, don't forget, Tom, we're coming right back to you to help support what your partner said and maybe add to it if you need to. All right, but no new points. All right, timekeeper, 1 minute on the clock, please. Thank you.
Seconds. $15. Time.
Okay, and that's time. Thank you very much, Mr. Timekeeper. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Tom for his final speech for the opposition. Now let me remind Mr. Timekeeper and Mr. Speaker, this is a speech that should only not exceed 2 minutes only, okay? So you have 2 minutes only to get through these details. All right, Mr. Timekeeper, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and begin.
My name is Thomas. I'm the leader of the opposition, and I would like to thank my partner, the government, the audience, timekeeper, and judge. And the subject is if we should do service hours. The government's points were that the teachers might need to do some heavy lifting, and so our point against that is that if you ask pretty much any student nicely, they will most likely be glad to help, as most students wouldn't reject helping a friendly teacher to do a little bit of hard work. Their second point was that you're not expected to get paid for work, and most students already volunteer to do work outside of school that they also don't get paid for. So they don't expect to be paid for the work, they'll just do it anyways. So any teacher can just ask them to do work, and most of the time they'll be glad to help unless they have something else going on. And then their third point was that you should save your money, and you probably, if they were to remove service hours from the handbook, it most likely wouldn't be expected for you to pay a $20 fee for something you're not expected to do in the first place. So you won't be charged for something that does not exist anymore. So once again, our points are that if you ask a student nicely, most likely they will help. Most students will gladly volunteer for things, even if they're not getting paid for it, even though they already have a job that they can get paid for. And you won't be charged for something that doesn't exist. Once again, I'd like to thank my partner, the government, the audience, timekeeper, and judge, and please vote for opposition.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. And time, please, timekeeper.
1:49.
1:49. Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Timekeeper, will you please put 1 more minute on the clock for Isaiah to prepare his rebut against the opposition? Thank you.
Seconds. $15. Time.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Timekeeper. All right, let's go ahead and welcome Isaiah for his final speech of the debate, please. Give him a round of applause. And I'd like to remind both Mr. Timekeeper and Mr. Speaker that this is another speech that should not exceed 2 minutes in length. Only 2 minutes this time. Mr. Timekeeper, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, whenever you're ready. Oh, you pull this, squeeze the handle. There you go. There you go. All right, thank you for the assist. All right, and Mr. Speaker, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and begin.
Hello, my name is Josiah. I'm the leader of the government. I'd like to thank my partner, Dobby, and the opposition. And I'd like to thank the timekeepers, audience, and judges. Today's topic is about whether students at St. Paul should have service hours as a mandatory thing. Their first point to refute ours was that students will gladly help any faculty or staff if they need help. And we say that there's more of an initiative for students here to do it if they get service hours, and that would make the teachers happier, could make the teachers happier. Also, they said students already work out of school or they volunteer for other things, and here, if you work here, you could have a sense of pride. Students could have a sense of pride for working for their school or church. Their third point was you wouldn't need to pay, and here it's a tradition to have service hours, so it's likely that you would. I'd like to thank my partner and the opposition and audience, judges, and timekeeper, and vote for the government.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. And time, please, timekeeper.
142.
Okay, 142. All right, how about a round of applause for all of our debaters today? Well done. All right, good job.